Hello, my name is Angela and today I'm preparing a wild mushroom cream cheese crostini with asparagus and wild leek slaw. This is for the real women of Philadelphia. This is a great appetizer to show off early spring vegetables, and the cream cheese combines all the ingredients together and gives a real richness to the dish. To start, you will need 1 pound of wild mushrooms. Today I'm using shiitake, oyster, maitake, and brown mushrooms. I've gone ahead and I've sauteed the mushrooms in 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and 1 clove of garlic. Once the mushrooms were sauteed, I added 1/4 cup of white wine and I simmered until all the liquid had been evaporated. We will add this mushroom mixture to the star of the show, Philly cream cheese. The cream cheese is at room temperature, so it's easier to work with. I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure that this is softened. Okay. Now I'm going to add the mushrooms. So this recipe would be really great too with morels. When I was at the farmer's market, morels were not available, but you can always use any kind of mushrooms you want. Okay. To this, I'm going to add a couple drops of truffle oil. This is optional. You don't have to use truffle oil if you don't want to, but I find that it gives it just a little bit more richness and a little bit of pungent flavor to it. Okay. I'm going to season with salt and pepper. A good amount of pepper. And then just mix this all together until it's well combined. You can already smell the earthiness as soon as you put in the truffle oil. A lot of the flavors will really come out. Just mix that a little bit more. You just want to make sure all the mushrooms are evenly combined in the cream cheese. Great, and that has it. Okay, now I'm just going to set that aside until we finish the rest of the ingredients. Okay, for the asparagus and wild leek slaw, you will need to prepare the vinaigrette. It's simply 1 teaspoon of champagne vinegar, or you can use white wine vinegar or whatever type of vinegar you have available, and 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. A little salt and pepper, and to this I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of finely chopped wild leeks. If you can't find wild leeks, you can always use shallots. They will work just as well. Wild leeks are very similar to green onions, but I find them just a little bit more pungent. But again, they're going to go well with this early spring dish. And you can always save the tops of the wild leeks. They're great in salads if you just chop them up a little bit more. But I'm just going to set them aside for now. So you can add your wild leeks to the vinaigrette and just combine that together. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to add the asparagus. And what I've done with the asparagus, I thinly sliced the asparagus on a diagonal, and I blanched it in boiling water for 30 seconds. This just takes out any bitterness that may be in the asparagus. Again, I'll add that to the vinaigrette. And just toss that all together so everything's evenly coated. Again, add just a little bit more salt and a bit more pepper. And that about has it. Okay. And next you will need a large baguette. I've already pre-toasted the baguette. I brushed it with a little bit of olive oil and just toasted it. So we have those. They're nice and golden brown. I'm just going to set that aside. Okay. Now, each baguette, you'll want to add a spoonful of the mushroom mixture to the top. You can add as much as you like. Okay. And I'll just do one more for now. Okay, looks good. Now lastly, we'll top with our asparagus and wild leek slaw. Just want to add a little bit on top. This little green asparagus slaw will add a nice crunch to the creaminess of the cream cheese and the mushroom. Just add that on top. And now I'm going to garnish with some little wild leeks. And there you go. Wild mushroom cream cheese crostini with an asparagus and wild leek slaw. Thank you very much for letting me share my recipe with you. Take care.